Hello everyone, average view duration here, and welcome back to Storytime with ScratchettE. Today we'll be reading the rest of My Life with Vocaloid and Equestria by the MJ Broney. Enjoy. Author's note. Hey guys, look, I'm gonna level with you. I didn't feel like posting, but you deserve it, so here. End of author's note. As I awoke, I felt something on my side. I looked to see Miku holding my Luna plushie, sleeping. I decided not to wake her, so I sat up, got dressed, and headed down to the kitchen, where my parents were. Morning, I said to both of them. Morning, honey, my mom said as I sat down. She then proceeded to ask, Where's Miku? She asked as she put my breakfast on the table. Still sleeping, I replied. No, not, I heard Miku say as she was coming to the table. She sat next to me. How was your sleep? I asked. Great. Thanks for lending me a little plushie for the night. No problem. Anything to help a friend. My mom and dad were shocked to know Miku and I became friends. You two became friends in just one day? My dad asked. Yeah, it was amazing. We spent some time watching MLP and generally just getting to know each other. After that, me and Miku went to grab a bite. You should see this guy dance, Miku said as she ate her breakfast. Oh, stop. You were better, Miku, I said. Nuh-uh, you were better, she replied. No, you were better. We both laughed as we knew no one would win. Oh, son, I almost forgot. You have a doctor's appointment today, my mom said as I dropped my fork. My eyes widened. They don't have to take a DNA test, do they? I asked. My mom nodded. Yep, it seems so. Ugh, I said as I plopped my head on the table. You okay, JJ? Miku asked. Yeah, it's just I don't do well with DNA tests. I always feel like a rat being experimented on, I replied as she put her hand on my shoulder. I'll go with you. Then we can shop for the benefits I need. Thank you, Miku. I'd like that. What time do we leave? About 3, my mom said. Okay, I finished my breakfast. Miku finished after she went back to my room to see how I was doing. You okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. She shook her head and sat beside me. Something's wrong. Tell me. I couldn't hide anything from her, even if I tried. It's just I had to face medical problems before I even died 3 times. I just wish I didn't have to deal with anymore. I said. Miku could tell I was hurting, so she took my hand. You are strong, I know it. Maybe not physically, but in your heart. She pointed to my chest to prove her point. Then she checked the clock. It read 3. Looks like we better get going, she said. We got to the medical facility. As we got checked in, me and Miku got some stares and a few daws from other people. Why are they looking at us like that? Miku asked. Probably because they think we are a cute couple, I replied. Scott, the nurse called. That's me, I said as we headed to the room. Well, we waited a while, then the doctor came in. Good to see you, Agat. He stopped when he saw Miku. I decided to help. Doc, this is my friend Miku Hatsune. Miku, this is Dr. Ziegler. Nice to meet you, Doctor, Miku said. Nice to meet you, too. Any friend of JJ's that is this cute deserves his affection. Me and Miku both blushed. Doc, seriously, I said. Oh, I'm just kidding, he replied. The appointment went the usual way until the DNA test came up. Doc, would it be alright if Miku was next to me for this? I asked. Sure, he replied. Miku sat next to me and held my arm for the duration of the blood extraction. The test results should be here in a few minutes, he said. Okay, I replied. 5 minutes later. Looks like nothing new. Same as last year, the doctor said. Phew, we all felt relief sweep over us. After the doctor visit, we went to the store and got to the clothes. And I asked her what she wanted. She took off the ones with leaks. These, she said. We paid for them and headed home. I had to go to school tomorrow, so I asked, Miku, I gotta go to school tomorrow. It's the new semester. You want to enroll? Her eyes lit up. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We got everything settled. Lucky my mom double-stocked on everything, so supply was no problem. So we got to bed. JJ? I replied. Can I sleep with you in your bed tonight? She asked. I smiled. Of course. I scooted to one side so she could get in. We both said goodnight to each other and drifted off to sleep. Author's note. Phew, what a chapter, guys? Everything about my medical stuff is true. I did die 3 times, but it made me into who I am, so no flames anyway. R&R, MJ Broney, out. Peace. What a chapter is right. Author's note. Hey guys, thank you for the reviews. I may not take your advice in this story, but I will in future stories. I will. End of author's note. As usual, I got up and got dressed. But today was different. Miku was going to school with me. It still shakes me to the core imagining what will happen. What will the other kids think of her? I tried to put that thought out of my mind by getting ready for school. Miku woke up right after me. We both were getting our stuff together when Miku let out a sigh. What's wrong? I asked.
It's just, you've done so much for me. I feel like I'm taking advantage of you,
she said. That was another reason I loved her honesty. It's okay, Miku. You don't have to feel sad. I'm doing this because I want to not feel like I have to. What? Because I want to, not because I feel like I have to. I pulled her into a hug. It was only a few seconds, but we didn't care. I looked at the clock. 7:20. It read. Let's go. We don't want to be late. She nodded and we were out the door. I caught up with Miku. Dang, she was fast. You're pretty fast, I said between breaths. Then I heard a voice that sent shivers down me. Hey, legs, still moping? It was AJ, the school bully. He loved to pick on me just because I can't walk. Who was this girlfriend? Ha, she probably doesn't love you, she just feels sorry for you. He kept laughing like it was a big joke. Miku saw my pain, then she did something I'd never expected. She punched him.
Shut up! I don't feel sorry for him. I love him and he loves me,
she said. She knelt down to my level.
You okay?
Yeah, thanks, I replied. Author's note. I'm gonna end the chapter here because I'm running out of ideas. Till next time, remember, Miku is always with you. Author's note. Phew, finally another chapter. End of the author's note. It was a normal school day for me, but it was new for Miku. The kids kept coming up to her and making her feel welcome. It was nearing lunch, and me and Miku were looking for a place to sit. Me and Miku looked around. Geez, I don't know where to sit. I don't know either, I replied. We looked around, seeing no seats available, until someone shouted, Hey, over here! We looked to see a blonde-headed girl waving toward us. We looked at each other, then decided to sit with her. Thanks, I said. No problem, the girl replied. I'm JJ, and this is Miku. She's new here, I said as I introduced ourselves.
Nice to meet you both. My name's Lily.
Nice to meet you, Lily, we both said as we shook her hand. We were eating when I heard someone talking about Miku. Hey, did you hear about the new girl? Yeah. How does she have green hair? Anyway, what a freak. I heard every word. Unfortunately, Miku heard it too. She excused herself, then ran to the courtyard. I better go follow her. It was nice meeting you, Lily, I said as I ran off after her. It was only minutes after that I found Miku crying on the bench. I walked over, sat down by her side, and tried to comfort her.
Why are you here?
She asked. I was worried about you, Miku, I replied.
Why aren't you embarrassed by me?
She said between sobs. To say I was shocked would be an insult. Why would I be embarrassed by the one I love? Her eyes were dry, but I still saw pain. I love you more than anything in the world, Miku.
But those girls!
I stopped her. Don't listen to them. They don't get it. I like the way you look. It's better than the style we have now. What makes you unique is what makes you beautiful. There was even a song that described it. Her eyes filled with renewed hope.
Would you please sing that song for me, please?
All right, but only the chorus, I replied. No, I'm not doing this.
What makes you different? Makes you beautiful. What's there inside you shines through to me. In your eyes I see all the love I'll ever need. You let me know. What makes you different? Makes you beautiful to me.
That was wonderful,
Miku said, her eyes now full of joy. I'm glad you feel better, Miku. Come on, we're gonna be late. We walked back into the school, ready for the rest of the day. I just hope she's still not upset. Author's note. Phew, another chapter done. I was really emotionally charged when I made this, so please review. End of author's note. Song used, What Makes You Different by the Backstreet Boys. Me and Miku were on our break from school, and we were discussing which pony has the best benefit, the main six in a crisis. Come on, Miku, you can't seriously think Zakora would best fit, I said. And why not? She replied. I froze up. To say we were in a heated discussion was a big understatement. We were almost on the brink of a fight, because it wouldn't make sense if... What if they're dealing... walked... We ran into a pretty weird-looking shop that said, Magical relics. You want 'em? We got 'em. Miku looked at the shop with excitement. I looked quizzically at her. You want to go in there, don't you? My only response was a nod. We entered the shop, and we saw an old, scraggly-looking lady at the front desk. Ah, welcome! Hello, two young souls, eager to find out their true destinies. She jumped up close to us, first looking at Miku. Ah, yes, I see a young, vibrant soul in you, the lady said. Miku blushed at the compliment. But more energy is with the person next to you. Miku looked questioningly. You mean JJ? She said, pointing to me. Yes, you, she said, walking toward me. She looked and took off the bed covers to my eyes, and I gotta say, I was a little creeped out. You are something special. I see a man destined for greatness. She walked over to the back and held out a star with points on each end. Oh, remembered the star. This will help you realize your destiny. I'll give it to you, free of charge. As we walked out of the store, I was holding the star in my hand. I already knew what I wanted, and Miku knew it too. I held the star like last time and uttered the words. I wish there was some way I could go to Equestria with Miku. I waited, and nothing happened.
Oh well, maybe it wasn't supposed to work,
said Miku. I shrugged as a response. After we went home, and mind you, we got everything on the list. We went up to my room and prepared to watch some MLP. Ow! Miku yelped as she sat on my bed. What's wrong? I asked. Something poked me, she replied. I took off the bed covers to see a scroll with a red ribbon holding it together with a giant C symbol on it. We knew what it was. Is it? Miku asked. I think so, I replied. I'll open it, she said. I took the parchment and it read, Dear J.J. Scott and Miku Hatsune, I understand this may seem weird to you, but we need you. Equestria is in dire straits. An ancient evil has come, and we need both of you to team up with the elements of harmony to defeat him. I'm sure you're wondering how you will get there. Just go to sleep tonight, and when you wake up, you will be in Equestria. I await your arrival, Princess Celestia. To say my heart jumped would be an understatement. Miku, we're both going to Equestria, I said. I know, she replied. We looked at the clock and noticed it was 11. I guess we should be getting to bed, I said. Agreed, she replied. We didn't bother changing. We were too tired to care. All that mattered was that Equestria needed us, and we couldn't let them down. Those were my final thoughts as I drifted off to sleep. Author's note. Well, guys, another chapter in the books. Sorry it took so long. I was busy with school and other stuff. Anyway, sorry for the long wait. Anyways, read and review. MJ Broney out. End of author's note. And that was My Life with Vocaloid and Equestria. Yet he never wrote anything after this, which is kind of a shame, really. I like this. Okay, peace.